Wow!
Hi, MJ.
Oh no, my okay. I'm going to try to connect my it's connected to my AirPods, so I can hear you properly. And hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Talk About It with Queen MJ, and today we're going to spend our holidays Bonifacio Day, di ba? With Queen Maureen! Yay!
Hello. Thank you so much for having me.
And thank you for saying yes to this interview because I've been wanting to interview you, but I since you won, but I knew you were busy. And 'di ba? I know it was how long is the travel from?
Oh, it's such a long trip. There are no direct flights, so it was a 9-hour flight to Dubai, and then a 6-hour flight to Albania.
Wow. So did you? How long is your layover in Dubai? Was it a
20
short
hours.
20 hours layover?
Yes, sobrang long, but it's okay. It was worth the trip.
It's worth the trip wearing that crown.
Yes.
But anyways, let's talk about your preparation. And I heard because guys, kung hindi nyo alam, si Maureen is from KF as well.
Yes.
Same camp with me. And also, yung nag-aalaga sa kanya, si Oli Sara, was the one who also helped me when I was preparing for Miss Universe. And when you won, he was in LA, I think. And then I messaged him because I woke up in the middle of the night because I think it was wee hours, di ba? Your pageant
Yes.
night. So I think it was like 4 a.m., something like that. And then I
Yes.
woke up. So I keep on falling asleep. I was trying to watch, but I keep on falling asleep. I'm like, ang tagal naman. And then, and then I woke up, and then I was like, "What? She already won!" So I messaged Oli Sarah, and then I said, "Oh my gosh, your alaga won!" And sabi niya, she deserves it because ikaw daw masipag and you really may pagkukusa ka with everything, like in your preparation, hindi ka daw mahirap alagaan. Sabi niya, walang sakit ng ulo yan, sabi niya.
Oh.
Ah, oo, and you really deserve your crown. So, ano-ano ang mga preparations mo na parang yung mga things that you think you have to do, and instead of asking our trainers, hindi ka na nagre-reach out sa kanila because you think you got this.
Yeah, so I think nowadays the queens really have to be independent. And I'm so thankful for all of the help. I had help from everyone. But there are certain things that, it comes down to the queen. So you need to make sure that you're following all the rules and the regulations. Oftentimes you get a packet, so you really need to read it. Um, you can't just rely on other people to tell you what to do. Make sure to use your voice. And when I went to Miss Globe, it actually used to be a modeling competition before it became a pageant. Yeah, so I knew come with an undeniably good body and come looking your best. Be fresh.
Undeniably good looking body.
Undeniably good. So work out
I love it.
hard, put in the work.
Oo.
So I made sure to do that, and then of course Q&A. We practiced a lot. I was actually training with JV for that, but I made sure to find out the root of the pageant and where it came from, and see what they really like. And yeah, it was all good from there. And I was able to talk to Ann Collis, our
Ann
first
Collis,
Miss Globe.
yeah.
She was
Right,
so
right.
helpful too, and her number one piece of advice was always look like a queen. Never step out not done. Because a lot of girls went to
Right.
breakfast in, athleisure or their pajamas, and Anne was like, do not do that. They care in Miss Globe. So I made sure to always be ready and on.
Right? And I think that's one good thing about Miss Philippines in any international pageant. We always come prepared.
Yeah.
As in, stepping down for breakfast, we're ready for the pageant night.
Yes, I love it.
Looking like $1 million baby.
Yes.
Right. But tell me what's actually the hardest part for you of the competition.
I think the hardest part, this sounds so crazy, because I've done a bunch of pageants. The hardest part was to really have fun because I'm a
Really? It's hard for you to
perfectionist.
have fun. Okay.
Um, this time around, not so much, but in like during Binibining, it was postponed so many times, and you almost forget why you joined because you just want to finish. You've invested so much, and
Right.
so
Right.
you are playing to win, and I feel like that can kind of take you out of the moment. So I made sure to really enjoy every moment at Miss Globe, and even the day before, I had like a big cry just to like release all the emotions and doubt and pressure. Because being a Miss Philippines, even for Miss Globe, I know you're a Miss Universe, it's so much pressure.
Right.
It's so much
Are you
pressure.
are
So
you pressured right now?
no, no, not at all. I love it.
but but yeah, I think that's one of the things that is just so hard to take away from you, being hard on yourself. I think that's
Yes.
common to every girl, especially if you're someone who's been competing over and over again, like really pursuing that one dream. So I think, along the way, you already know what to expect, what to do. So somehow you set that standard for yourself, which is actually good and not good in a way, because you're setting yourself for failure as well. When you're not reaching that, that expectations for yourself, then
Yeah.
ikaw yung number one na mafu-frustrate pag hindi mo na-reach yun. So I think we should really, one of the struggles there, you should really learn the balance.
Yes,
That,
absolutely. And
yeah,
I'm so
fire.
lucky.
Mm-mm.
I had a lot of friends who were like, Maureen, this is one day of your life. This pageant doesn't define you. Whether you win or lose, you're coming home to a loving home, a good
Right.
job, a good relationship. This is not the end. So no matter what happens, win or lose, you are loved and you have so much to come back home to. And I think every queen needs to hear that. Every queen needs that.
What was in your head when you were competing that night? Did you ever felt that, I think I'm gonna win this, or you were just, really doing your best and wasn't really, because like whenever we compete, like in any stage, of course you give your all, but for
Yes.
some girls, they're not really expecting to win, diba? Yung parang winning is a surprise. Now, what? I actually won this. I wasn't really expecting this. So for you.
For me, I have the mentality that you should believe you're always a winner. And for me, I felt like why not me? I check all the boxes, and the one thing they said was I really treated the pageant like a job, as in I was giving extra all the time, always never late, um, always in a good mood, and there were little things. I never complained, and those are all the qualities and traits of a winner. So I was really just hoping and praying because in my last pageant, Miss Eco International in Egypt, I did everything right, and it wasn't my time. So I was first runner up. So I was just hoping and praying, like, let this be my time. Please, please give me this chance. And so when I was
Right.
called the winner, it was just like like I could relax, and it was like, okay, this was meant for me. This was all worth it. Like the ups, the downs, all the craziness, like it was worth it.
Okay, we talked about what's the hardest part of the pageant for you. What's the best memory of the pageant for you naman? Of course,
De-
aside from winning the crown, di ba?
Definitely touring Albania. I had never
Wow.
really heard of Albania before
Right.
or what it had to
Right.
offer.
Mm-mm.
And there's so much ancient history there. So there are castles from the 1700s, there are mountains,
Wow.
churches, a lot of religious uh, monuments. There's so much. And, it borders. We were actually supposed to visit Greece and Macedonia while we were there, but with
Mm-mm.
COVID, they decided to keep us within the borders of Albania. But there's so much. There are beautiful oceans. It's a coastal city, Tirana, and where was our other? I think Flora. But there's just so much to see, and we visited. The first 2 weeks were all touring. I think that also helped take off the pressure, and it's so. Especially if any other girls get sent to Globe, you have so much to look forward to. It's really like a tour of the whole country.
I've only heard of Albania whenever I watched Miss Universe from before me competing in Miss Universe, because Albanian women in Miss Universe pageant are always like one of the strongest girls. So
Sobrang
that's
ganda.
the only, yes, but they're really like really beautiful people. So that's the only that's the only knowledge about Albania that I have. I have no idea of how beautiful Albania is, and I am sure that there's so many parts of the world that we haven't explored yet that we should see and appreciate, right? Pero, ayun, may nag-comment, nakita ko kanina, they wanted to see the crown. Do you get to
I
bring the
have it
crown with
here.
you?
Yes. Are you ready for the reveal, guys?
Yay!
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Oh my gosh, that's so
So here is the
beautiful.
Miss Globe crown. It has sapphires at the bottom and rubies here.
Sa kanya yung crown talaga.
It's entirely made of silver. And then these beads
Wow.
here are, I think they're glass crystals.
Oh my gosh,
And
that's
there
so
are two
pretty.
eagle heads actually. This is the beak here, the eye. So on each side. So the two eagles, because that's the national animal of Albania, which I love because in the Philippines it is as well.
Right, right.
Yes, but it's a very unique crown, and what's special is every single queen gets to keep their crown. So they make a new one each year. Yeah.
Every year they make a new crown?
Yes, these take about 3 months to make, but it's such a good memory because I know most pageants make you return your crown, or you only wear it
Yes.
for your event and then you have to give it back. So
Right,
I feel happy
right.
that this is mine forever.
Because I know in Miss Universe they make a replica for the winners to
Yes.
keep, but you cannot keep the crown that you actually wore when you won it. So,
Yes.
iba ang memory niyan. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy for you.
Oh,
And
thank you.
that crown looks so good on you.
Thank
So
you.
kaya pala wala nang when they gave it to you. Okay, that's your obligation now. You take good care of your crown.
Yeah, I need to buy a box for it because I honestly, this sounds bad, but I just put it in my purse on the airplane.
No.
I have no box, wala. They just gave it to me,
Wala.
so. But
So
I'm
when-
so thankful.
After winning, they put it in your head, and then that's your wala na. So,
Yeah.
bahala ka dyan.
They are so chill, and in Albania is super safe, so I guess they don't mind.
Right.
Yeah, but I actually lost all of my luggage coming back. So in Dubai,
No.
it was lost. So I'm so glad I had my passport, my vaccine card, and the crown. So at least I had the important things with me.
I think losing the luggages has been an issue lately. So
I know, I saw with
what happened
Bea.
with your luggage? Gaano katagal before you were able to get your luggages?
Yes, so this was just coming back. So by that time, I was like, just bring me home. I don't care. To be honest. I did care, of course. I was like, yeah, just send it. Because they knew where it was. I just had a 20-hour connection, and for whatever
Right.
reason, it didn't make it on my flight. So they said they'll send it to the next, and they did. So it was okay naman, pero I really just wanted to go home because I extended for an additional week, and I just miss everyone here, and Albania is medyo malamig. So I was ready to be back in the sunny, warm Philippines.
I know whenever you travel abroad and then you stay there for like more than a month, you're going
Yes.
to miss the heat.
Yes, medyo homesick ako. So I'm glad to be back. Yes.
So you really grew up here in the Philippines all your life.
I would come and visit. So I was born and raised in the US, but my mom is from Batangas. So we were always going there. And then I actually came here in maybe 2013 for Binibining Pilipinas.
Mhm.
And that was my first time here without any, chaperone or my mom. And that's when I fell in love with the Philippines. And I was like, wow, okay, I could live here. I want to work here.
And then since 2013, you stayed here and you joined different pageants, right?
So I moved here in 2017, actually. So I did Miss USA in 2015, and I competed with Olivia Jordan, actually,
Oh,
who
yes.
competed with Pia.
She's very
Yes.
sweet.
Super, super nice, very tall, Barbie.
Barbie
And-
doll, as in literal Barbie.
Super. Yeah. By the way, I was obsessed with your birthday cake. I saw it on Kathleen's Instagram. I
we
loved it,
have all
Bonga.
we have all the people down here to thank for that.
It was so
Yeah,
good. Like,
they surprised me with that. You guys weren't able to come. I was inviting Ollie, and then I told him to
yes,
bring you and Hannah. But I know you guys have an event in
it was our
Araneta,
friend,
right?
our
That
welcome
day.
back celebration that night.
Yeah. So how was it? How was your welcome back? Because it was a double celebration for you and Cindy. How awesome
Yes,
is that? I mean, the send-off party, you celebrated
together.
with her, and then
Yes.
coming back, you guys celebrated crown.
I love
Grabe.
it. To be honest, Cindy is one of the most deserving queens I have ever met, and I'm so glad she had the opportunity to shine because she was the wild card for our Binibining batch. So it was really good, and also throughout the competition, we always sat next to each other. We confided in each other, and being sent off together, we actually both showed up wearing white. And then even for our celebration, we both showed up wearing blue. So it's like we're so in sync with each other, and
Right, right.
it was good. I really hope the other girls enjoy their journey, but I have a feeling that we're gonna be an iconic batch of Beanie Beanies. So I'm excited to see the other girls compete as well.
I already feel that. But was there any pressure when she won? And because you guys left the Philippines like almost at the same time, and then your pageant are almost at the same time, and then she won before you flew in, right? Or you were already competing at that time.
I was already competing. I think it was like after our swimsuit prelims. I just remember watching her because it was so late in Albania, and I had three roommates. I had Miss Italy, Miss Montenegro, and Miss France, and they were all sleeping. But I wanted to stay up and watch Cindy, so I like put the covers over my head, had my headphones in, and was like watching. And then it was just so happy when she won. Was there pressure? A little bit. I try not to compare myself to others, but I just felt like, okay, game on. Cindy can do it. I can do it. Laban.
So it added confidence actually instead of comparing yourself and pressuring yourself. That's good. I
yes,
think
yes.
it depends on how you look at things, Like that's the mindset that you need.
Yeah, I think another woman succeeding will never take away from me or my journey. If anything, it's more inspiration, especially Cindy. She's been through so
Right.
much, and you know, we don't really talk about it, but different queens get different levels of support and comments from people online. And I always felt like Cindy was so underrated and she deserved more. So I'm really happy to see her shine and get that opportunity for people to see her and people to listen because she's one of the smartest Beanie Beanies.
That's amazing. But what's next for Maureen? What's your plans after your pageant career?
Yes, so I will be traveling all of next year with Miss Globe. Permitted, I'm not sure. I'm researching the new variant, so I hope that doesn't affect my reign because
Right.
Beanie
I
Beanie was
hope so
affected so much
too.
by COVID. So
I
hopefully my Miss Globe reign
hope.
isn't. Pero I'm scheduled to go to Dominican Republic, Greece, Albania, Canada, and a few other countries. But I hope just to keep volunteering, and I'm still focused on work. I would like to be a host. A few people ask me about acting, pero hindi ko alam. But I'm open to any opportunity. Did you ever do acting?
Yes, actually, yeah, I tried it right after the competition because I think, when I was thinking like what's next, and then there were offers, and why not, right? New doors of opportunities will always be opportunities, so take it. And I love the challenge. Whenever I do something new, I mean, it's something to learn again. So why not? I'm sure it
Wow.
will come for you. But are you planning to stay here in the Philippines?
Yes, of course. This is my home 100%. I will. I haven't seen my parents in 3 years, so I actually today I booked my ticket to the U.S. to see my parents. So I come back in January, but from then, yeah, I'll be here. And let's see again. I hope COVID doesn't affect everything. Let's see how we can do is like get vaccinated and hope for the best.
Is there any words from your organization in Canada and Are there any, changes with, because I'm sure a lot of countries now are closing borders, given that Israel already did.
Yes, so it really depends on the countries. Albania is pretty laxed. Um, so let's see. As of now, there hasn't been any comments, but Miss Globe was really pushing to have the pageant in the Philippines next year in
Oh,
2022.
really? Wow.
Pero I think they need to wait
Mm-mm.
until our restrictions and regulations are less. Because even, oops, sorry, my AirPod. Even competing in Albania, quite a few of the girls weren't vaccinated, and that's their choice. But if they do come here, they're going to need to quarantine for 14 days, and there's a lot of red tape. So I think it's maybe better to have Miss Globe in 2023 dito sa Pilipinas.
What's your advice naman to our viewers right now who are, they keep on trying on something that they really dream of, considering that you did also the same for your own?
Yes, kaya mo yan. One of the first things I ever learned in Tagalog was the saying, may tsuga, may nilaga. And it means when you work hard, you get soup and you get your results. So for me,
Right.
my journey wasn't easy. I competed so many times, and each time I improved bit by bit. So keep improving on yourself. I know with the pandemic, a lot of dreams were put on hold, but if you keep working towards your goals, you'll do nothing but improve and hone in on your skills. So really don't give up and be flexible as well. Sometimes, especially with COVID or restrictions, we have to adjust. So always be ready, keep working hard, and don't be afraid to adjust.
What can you say naman sa they already have it in them, they want to really, they want to keep pushing for their dreams and work hard on it, but their family are against it. Sometimes it's the people around who are actually against your own dreams, who doesn't believe in you.
Yes, even me, I was told a few times why you should stop. You've had enough. But I
Mm,
haven't. It's your path, so you need to write your own story. And if that is truly what you want in life, then pursue it. Because why be left with regrets because others don't believe in you? That's probably coming from something within them. Maybe they don't believe in themselves. So
right.
do them a favor and show them you can follow your dreams and that hard work pays off. Show them, be an example that you can do it.
How about to our viewers right now who wanted to join Binibining Pilipinas?
Yes, Binibining Pilipinas is one of the best pageants. It's been the best pageant that I've partaken in, dito sa Pilipinas, and I really love them. So I think if you're a pageant girl wondering which pageant system to join, of course, Binibining Pilipinas. Um,
Mhm.
we will be making an announcement soon, but I'll let the org do that about when the next
Oh,
pageant will be.
yes. Mhm.
Yes, so I will let them announce, but it's going to be in quite a few months, so you have a lot of time to prepare.
Is
Yeah.
there a height requirement right now for Binibining Pilipinas or no more?
I don't think so. I'm not sure what it was before, if it was 5'3", 5'4", but
Yeah,
I feel like,
I think from 5'6" they lowered it down to 5'4".
okay, because
Yeah.
we for sure had 5'4" in my batch for 2021. So let's see. To be honest, I think a woman's height doesn't define her character or
Right.
anything. It's not really of
Right.
relevance anymore. So I don't think it will be an issue anymore.
Yes, diba? Maureen, any words for our viewers, for the people who supported you during the competition?
Yes, I was so shocked during my journey that I got this like outpouring of love and support because the org made a statement saying they wanted queen who's social media savvy. And then a lot of my team from my group chat made this poster. And I
Yes.
think they wanted to make me the most followed queen because Miss Grease had
Right.
120K. And overnight, I felt my social media explode, thanks to all of the fans, all of the supporters, and it even,
I got a lot of DMs
yeah,
of that
I had
same
no
poster.
idea.
They were working hard for
I
your
couldn't
followers to
believe it.
increase.
I was, I'm so thankful for that. Even the org said, "Oh my God," they actually
Right.
were watching it happen as well, and we were both amazed. I was like, "What?" Because I didn't know
You
they were
have to
doing
pick
that.
me now. Like, do you see this? Do you see my Filipino people work?
But honestly, I think they really admired how interactive the fans were, and I owe so much of my success to everyone who clicked like, to everyone who clicked share. It really takes a village to prepare a queen to be a queen, and
Right.
I'm shocked that so many people went out of their way to help me for this
At first,
crown, for this journey.
actually, when I got that message saying that the organization is actually looking for someone who has a big following, I got kind of upset because I was like, what about the countries who doesn't have, whose pageant is not that big in their country, like who's not gonna get more attention, then they're not gonna get more following. So I was like, why are you choosing someone who's just famous on social media? Like, what about their preparations and stuff? So, but then I was like, well, I'm not gonna think about that. Let's just support our girl and give her the following that
Yeah.
she needs.
I was also shocked because they didn't say that to our faces. That was on some
Yes.
random Facebook Live that it was said. So I didn't even know it was happening. And the girls didn't really know it was happening. It wasn't until I saw this banner going around that I was like, what? And then I saw where it was coming from. But I think they just want to build the brand, especially with COVID. Normally they have so many girls joining. This year we only had 50, and a lot of Asia couldn't make it. We had a few countries from Africa, um, but COVID has really affected them. So I think they want to work on branding this year, and I'm game to help them with that. I think that's part of the job. So I'm just happy it all worked out.
And I'm happy you won the
Oh,
crown.
thank you.
You deserve it, and we are so excited to see more of you on your journey
Oh,
Miss,
thank you,
in Miss
MJ.
Globe. Thank you for making us proud, and invite them any projects where they can follow you and see you.
Yes, so please tune in on December 14th to TV5. Me and Cindy actually are a part of their Christmas special, and we're getting serenaded. So please do tune in to that appearance. And just be sure to keep following myself as well as the Miss Globe page to follow my journey. And of course, Binibining Pilipinas. And thank you to everyone who's watched today, who's tuned in. Thank you to Tito Raj, and to all of the fan pages, as in all. To James, Linnell, I'm sure they're watching right now. Maybe Isel. But you guys make everything worth it. It's so much more satisfying to celebrate with people who've been with you on your journey. So thank you so much for
Right.
being a part of my journey.
Well, good luck on your reign and enjoy it and make the Philippines proud every day.
Oh, thank you, MJ.
Thank you, Maureen, for being with me today.
Of course, my
See
pleasure.
you.
Bye. See you
See
guys.
you.